Hey everyone, this is Bobby Sweeting with Alto Cycling. We're here today to talk about our asymmetric disc brake hubs, how to disassemble, service, and reassemble them, and also how to swap out axle standards if you're going from quick release to through axle or vice versa. So let's go ahead and get started. Here you have the rear asymmetric disc brake hub and the front. The tools you're going to need for through axles, you'll need 2 cone wrenches, a 17 and a 22 for the rear. And 2 22 millimeters for the front. If you're running quick release, you'll need 2 5 millimeter Allen keys. For either, you need the 2 millimeter Allen key and preferably the torque wrench. To get started, we're going to loosen the pinch bolt on the end cap and then use the 5 millimeter Allen keys to break it loose. And the end cap threads right off. The axle and free hub pop out as one assembly. Set the shell down. The free hub is pressed onto the axle. If you need to do any service to the, I'll lie that down. If you need to do any service to the free hub, greasing underneath the pawls, greasing around this sleeve washer, those are really the main bits that you want to focus on before you swap out the axle. So let's say you're going from your road bike, a 135 quick release, to a 135 12 mil through, or a 142 12 mil through. It's a piece of cake to swap it out. The end cap is threaded on just like on the other axle. Your free hub will press on to your through axle. Make sure you don't lose that sleeve washer. If it falls off while you're pressing the free hub on, just slide that back in. That rests in there. You slide the entire assembly back through the shell. And you want to make sure all of this is greased up really well. It's not for the sake of the video so that you can see everything clearly, but grease on the ratchet ring and the pawls, grease on the axle, and you slide the free hub on. That's all really important. So that'll sit in the ratchet ring. You thread the end cap onto the axle, and you're going to take it down just until there is no slop. And if it's tight on the threads, you can use those cone wrenches to thread it on. Just make sure you don't over tighten it. So we like to check for slop. There's a little bit of movement in the axle. Turn it down, a little bit more, turn it down. Now there's no more slop in the axle. So we're going to tighten it there with our either 2 millimeter Allen key or preferably a torque wrench set to 15 inch-pounds. And that's it. That's the rear hub. Easy as that to swap it over from quick release to through axle and to service. For this video, we're not going to run through the front only because it's the exact same process minus the free hub. So there you have it, guys. That's as easy as it is to swap between through axle and quick release standards on our Alto disc brake wheels. Be sure to tune in next time for more tips and tricks on wheel maintenance and bicycle maintenance, and we'll see you then. Thanks.